Welcome to Feature Friday, where we explore the cool functions of our Roof Wizard software. What I'd like to focus on today is the reason we do what we do. We've modelled the roof and then we check that it's correct. So that model is an accurate representation of our job, and then we simulate the application of the materials on that model, and the quantities that are taken off from that are actually what's required to complete the job. And as was previously discussed, all your accessory items and all your clips, screws and sealants and underlayments, they're all included if you've set it up correctly. And that's a bit of a task for sure, but you do it once and then everything else is automatic. So here's a job that's basically finished. I've got battens or purlins, I've got all my fascia and gutter and trims for hips and ridges and valleys, and I've got my roof sheets and in a block layout. And so when I go to supply only, if I'm a manufacturer or a distributor, or supply and install if I'm a contractor, so we'll do that. And then I will decide how much of the job I'm going to supply with this particular part of the process. In this case, it's a quote, so I need the combined stories for the entire job. And then I get a breakdown of other items that might be included in the quotation. So I might want to charge for a check measure, and I might want to charge for delivery, and so you add the items that you want to include in the quotation, which are over and above the material cost, and we hit OK and they get added to the quotation. So this is a complete breakdown of all the materials. It's the reason why we do what we do. We model it so we can get an accurate takeoff, and all accessory items, including all the accessory items for fascia and gutter, all the accessory items for your downspouts and everything else that's required for the job, and any extra items that are required for the job. So pay attention to the details, have a quick look, and you'll spot that, here we go, spot the deliberate mistake. The definition for my sealant tape is obviously incorrect. That's a really weird number. So thankfully there's no cost associated with it. But the point is that it gives you the opportunity to verify what you really need to put there. So pay attention to the details. It's usually jumping out at you if there's a mistake. Now the other thing to spot is that down here under the labour cost per square metre, material cost per square metre and total. These are numbers based on the costing that the software's figured out, based on the materials applied and the labour applied, and you've got a cost per square or cost per square metre. If these numbers are not what you would normally expect them to be, then you really need to go back and check the definitions, or check that you haven't forgotten something, or you've charged for something twice, or whatever the case may be. But it should always be within a usual range for the style of job that this quote is for. Okay, so just recapping, the whole process is based on our 3D model. If the 3D model is correct, then our quotation is correct. It's the reason we do what we do. We model it, we then simulate the application of our materials, and then we generate pricing based on that information. You might need to add other items to your quotation, and you can do that easily simply by going to extra items or to flashings or whatever, and you can add items at this stage should that be necessary, but usually it won't be. If you've defined everything correctly, everything should be coming through automatically, and that's your expectation. In the event that you're satisfied with this quotation, we simply hit print and we select the report template to use, and the job's done. So the reason we do what we do is because it improves the accuracy of our quotations, and it's all in one smooth process. Hopefully that helps you. Any questions, give us a yell on the helpline, or read the help files. Click on the question mark there. It takes you directly to the page of the manual which describes how to do stuff. Well, that's it. Feature Friday for this week. That's the reason we do what we do. And we'll see you in Feature Friday next week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again soon.